Hi Aquarius, welcome to your March 2022 reading. This is for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, cross watchers, and we're looking at your love life, career, destiny, and anything else weird that might just come up, which I feel like it might. And looking at those cards, I could be right. Okay, cat jumped on the table earlier on, so let's just do some readjustments. What do we need to know for my lovely Aquarius? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Gosh, there's a lot going on. A lot going on. Aquarius, Aquarius, Aquarius. Some very air signy vibes here, which of course isn't weird if we're doing it for an air sign, but all the same, yeah. Let's get an overall energy card for you. Cripes. Something's coming to a head. I'm just going to spit that out because I'm kind of just looking at your cards, and we'll have a look at your cards in a minute as well. But I'm just trying to absorb them. They're really powerful. There's quite a lot of action. There's a lot of characters. There's stuff happening. There's some twists and turns. Okay. Maybe get a drink, cup of tea, or something stronger. It's up to you. Just saying. I'm going to kick off with this bad boy because it's the first one that I've noticed. You've got the Tower, and here we have Poseidon, you know, and he's starting a storm in the sea. He's the god of the sea. He can do that kind of thing if he wants to. The Tower, of course, doesn't just bring kind of destruction for the sake of it. The Tower wants to take down anything that is comfortable but not quite right for you, anything where you're in denial, anything where you've had red flags galore but you've kind of pushed them away and thought, nah, it's okay, it's all good, it's all right. And then the Tower goes, all right, I tried to warn you, so now I'm just going to take it down and just sock it to you like that. It feels like something coming in that you sort of know about already. It's not got the feeling of absolutely left field where you don't know anything, but it does have that feeling of something breaking off, and you're like, oh, now I can see it. Now I know what's happening with this. It does feel like a relief and a release. And then next to it, the Eight of Wands, the card of communication. Something gets said, something moves forward. Eight of Wands, I mean, I love the Eight of Wands because what it does for you is it tells you it's not going to stay the same. Now, Aquarius is an air sign and a fixed sign, but I don't know many Aquarians that want things to just always stay the same. You know, it's a sign of quick moving mind. Most air signs are. The Tower and the Eight of Wands go together. This is a message, and it's a message for you, and it's coming in, and it's been long awaited, and it may have been held off for a while. It's been worried about. There's a lot of swords in the reading. I've got, well, the Three of Swords for a start. When you get the Three of Swords, we've got some kind of triangle of something. We've got something happening. If you look at this particular version of the card, this is the Mythic Tarot. And you've got Agamemnon in the bath, and his wife Clytemnestra and her lover have planned to do the nasty on him on his return from the war. Okay, so here he is, gets in a nice old Radox bath. He's like, I'm gonna have a hot chocolate. You know, watch myself a film on my iPad, or is that just me? And what happens to him? They plot to do that. Yeah, triangulation. Of course, that's a third party card because, you know, that's her lover and she's married to him. But it doesn't have to be third party, but it does have to be something coming in from the outside that doesn't really belong to you. The third sword, the third element. This is not unlike Gemini's reading as well. So if you're dealing with a Gemini in your life, that wouldn't surprise me. Or if you've got your sun, your moon in Gemini, your rising, anything like that. Okay, so we have, I think this has something about revelation. Because the Tower and the Eight of Wands, the Tower is like, boom, there it is. And the Eight of Wands is, you know, here's the communication. So it kind of makes sense to me that the communication makes the Tower go boom. Something is split, it's said, it's opened. And this is a tense situation that I think has pursued for some time. Two of Swords. That's like the Hanged Man, but in minor arcana. There's a feeling of, where are we going with this? What is happening with this? Why can't I work this out? What am I not seeing here? What do I not know? Okay. Over here, another energy card that we've got is the Nine of Swords. I don't know, so I'm actually going to imagine the worst, because what do we do as human beings? What do we do when we don't know some information? We fill in the blanks. Now, if you're an air sign as well, your mind will be quick, and you'll be quick, like to go, could be this, and if it's that, it's this, and if it's this, it's that, and that means this. Before you know it, you're tied up in knots, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. Nothing good happens at 4 a.m. Well, not most of the time. Okay, so we've got the Three of Swords, we've got the Two of Swords, we've got the Nine of Swords, and we've got the Five of Swords, Venus in Aquarius. Now, my Venus is in Aquarius, which I think is a good thing. I like having my Venus in Aquarius. It's good for detachment, it's good for compartmentalization. But in this reading, when you put the 5 and the 3 together, the 5 of Swords and the 3 of Swords and the 9 of Swords and the 2 of Swords, that is a lot of swords, even for you, and you're a swordy sign, you know. It feels like you've got communication pressures. Now, for some of you, this could be with family, it can be in the work environment. For some of you, it is. It can be with a friendship situation. Certainly, it could be with an online situation. You know, if you were messaging someone on an online dating site, or there's so much crossover with this kind of thing anyway now. Messaging or liking someone's social media stuff, or Facebook or Instagram or Snapchat, or any of that kind of stuff. Any kind of interaction to do with that is also hinted at here. And it feels like once this revelation comes, and it may not necessarily come from the mouth of the person that you want it to, it may come to you from elsewhere. But once it does, it feels like it releases a spell. You've got over here the Ten of Wands. I know you're like, thanks Gemma, this is a fantastic reading. I'm going to pull some more cards to clarify these in a minute as well. Ten of Wands is a card where all the bad stuff has happened. You know, this might have already happened. You may be coming into this reading on the back of this. We've got a new moon in Pisces on the 2nd of March, and that's enough to destabilize stuff. It could be to do with that. You could have already experienced this, some of you, I think, in February. You will know how this applies to you. But either way, you've reached that Ten of Wands. And that is a good thing. It's like, I put up the white hanky, I surrender. Stick a fork in me, I'm done. Because what you lose with the Ten of Wands is tolerance of people who want to waste your time or mess you around. And I think that is a good thing. Because when you're in Nine of Swords energy, when you're like this, And when you're like this, you've got so much tension and no answers, and caught up in a situation where it just feels like you're like this, trying to, you know, like when you see sort of horror films when someone's stuck in a film, I mean like a gloopy film rather than actual film, and they're trying to break their way out of it. You may have been sort of, I don't want to say gaslit by somebody, but it feels like somebody just hasn't either told you anything or hasn't told you what you know damn well is true. And there's nothing worse than sort of knowing that and then the person still continuing the gig and you're like, really? You know, what do you take me for? I actually thought you knew me. Now, at the top of the reading here, we've got this guy, the King of Wands. So, traditionally, fire signs, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, but I want to take a card for him. What do we need to know about the King of Wands? Why is he here? What's his purpose in this reading? Is he trouble? Is he not? No, he's not trouble. Good. Okay, I'm liking that. Oops. Okay. You may be dealing with a fire sign. You may be dealing with someone who can be anything on the range from confident to a bit of a player. Okay? Or anything in between. The cards that I get for him, I get the Seven of Swords. Now, the Seven of Swords is something. And I know that sounds really vague, but what I mean is it's not to be ignored in this instance. Sometimes when you get the Seven of Swords, for me, it's very much a card that says play your cards close to your chest. Make sure you're acting in stealth. And actually, I think that that does apply to you with this. So whoever it is that has been keeping something from you in some way, either deliberately or not deliberately, and I don't even know if that really matters. Once it starts to unravel, and unravel it will, it may be good if you can hold on to your reaction as long as possible. Because if you simply react and come out with it as the stages progress, I just feel like you put yourself in a weaker position than if you hold your position and store it until you're sure. Okay? Because we get that Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords, someone is operating by night. They're stealing some swords from what looks kind of like the palace. They're going down some dingy kind of side alley. They've obviously planned it. You know, it's got all of that hints about it of espionage and all that stuff. And I also get for the King of Wands, the Six of Wands, the winner card. I actually like the vibe of that Six of Wands, and I don't know why, because it doesn't necessarily go with the Seven of Swords. But people can be a very interesting mixture, can't they? For some of you, this might be somebody that you're seeing, a situationship, whatever, where you haven't quite, dotted the I's and crossed the T's. They may be many things. They may be a really good laugh, have a really good sense of humour, have a great personality, certainly be very attractive, because the King of Wands comes up as a bit of a, he just is. He's got it going on, no doubt about it. And he likes to win. He's alpha. He likes to win. He likes to carry off the golden fleece. Maybe so do you. Aquarians can be very attracted by mysterious, confident people. Well, actually not just Aquarians. Everybody is attracted to mysterious, confident people. The other word is charismatic. This person is charismatic. If this is someone you're about to meet, this is a sweep you off your feet kind of person. or they may have already kind of swept you off your feet and then gone quiet, and you're wondering either where have they gone, or why is it quiet, or crickets, you know, what happened? What happened to this person? Over here, I've got the Knight of Swords. It's another Gemini card. So you could, of course, be dealing with a Gemini. That has come up twice, Gemini or a fire sign. We've got some kind of swift message coming in. Okay, if we look down here. By the way, if this resonates with you when you get to the end, there will be an extended reading, as there is every month, and the link is below. And what we do in that one is we look at this reading in more depth. We go weird, we channel, we dig, and we look at how do they feel about you, what's happening with your person, and see it from their point of view, but actually mostly see it from your point of view and how you can find the best way forward. So if this resonates with you at the end, the link will be below as ever. Okay, we can actually see the cards, which is a miracle. Ace of Swords, but we'll look at that in a minute. Okay. Can you see, if you just look at this just as a series of pictures even, and your three cards that clarify the King of Wands are down here, okay? Seven of Swords, Six of Wands, Three of Pentacles, and we haven't mentioned that yet, but it's just to do with sharing, which is something I don't think the King of Wands is very good at. But anyway, can you see that there is kind of drama if you look at them? It's like Four of Pentacles is a card of playing something close to your chest. Someone is keeping something close to their chest. They're not saying, they're not sharing. It's very important. This is Sun in Capricorn, this card as well. Not sharing, not saying, not playing, okay? Tower. Universe thinks to itself, I've kind of had enough of this. Aquarius has been kept in the dark long enough. Boom, a message for you. Eight of Wands. I'm going to channel that into Aquarius somehow. We're going to get this to happen. Suddenly, I would say as well. Maybe through an email, maybe discovered on social media, because that's coming up a lot in this reading, or maybe straight from the horse's mouth, King of Wands, but probably I would say the other ways. And it may be the straw that breaks the donkey's back for you. It may be the stick a fork in me, I'm done moment that you've been kind of waiting for in a way. Three of Swords, knowledge of some kind of, I don't know if it's a betrayal, but it's something, okay, that you were already worried about. This isn't particularly new. It's something you were stressing about already, okay? Two of Pentacles, Two of Swords, decision to be made. Two of Pentacles, juggling the pentacles. What can I do about this? How can I think about this? Can I change anything? Can I do anything? Two of Swords, I'm not sure I can see a way forward with this. I'm not sure that all the exits aren't blocked. I'm not sure I'm even making sense. And then we get Knight of Swords underneath the Eight of Wands. Something else gets said. Corroboration, or you speak to somebody, or you fact check somehow. Oh, I just knocked it over, hang on. Oof. Highly technical, move the shimmery table. Something comes in, possibly from a Gemini or through a Gemini way, which of course, Geminis, you know, they're ruled by Mercury and they rule communication. Five of Swords, you are bound to get in the beginning of this a denial. Five of Swords is, you didn't see what you thought you saw. You didn't hear what you thought you heard, or you did hear what you thought you heard, but it doesn't mean what you think it means. That kind of creativity is the best way that I'm going to put that. But if you wait, Page of Pentacles, patience. There is a season for everything, even when you're angry or even when you are kind of champing at the bit, really. You will get some clarity. Ace of Swords. Now, Romance Angel Oracle cards for you. In the extended reading, I'm going to dig into the Tower, the Eight of Wands, the King of Wands, the Seven of Swords. I'm going to ask the difficult questions about it. Like you do. Okay. Attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying the moment fully. I think actually there's a massive attraction here, full stop. It's like, and I don't think Doreen Virtue really had a card for that in a real smoking hot. Knicker elastic at 10 paces. Ka-ching! You know, I don't think so. But if she did, you'd be getting that card because there is something very attractive about this person. Okay, we're not going to just make out that there isn't, because there is. There just is. There's something very attractive about this person. Okay, but there's a long way to go with this person if you're connected with them. Healing family issues. Oh, God. Love life benefits as you forgive your parents. Now, if you had the Emperor or the Empress, and they may come up in the extended, they probably both will now that I've said it, I would be kind of looking more towards what's your relationship with your father? What's your relationship with your mother? How is this mirrored in how your relationships play out in real life? And that may be an issue. And you will know that if that's you. Aquarius are very clever. You're going to know. Okay. I feel like this issue, and for some of you, this may be an issue with a family. With your family member. That King of Wands could be somebody in your family that has a lot of influence, a lot of sway, a larger than life character, or even within your tribe, within your group of friends. Either way, there's some understanding needed about this, and that understanding is going to require you to use a lot of self-discipline, self-knowledge and self-love towards yourself and towards the other person or people in this scenario. Getting to know each other, and I would say in brackets again, because it feels like you know each other quite well, but it feels like something's gone astray and needs to be course corrected. Okay, let's get an oracle card for you. I'm interested in this. Ooh, it's that one. Honestly, that's weird because I was thinking about that card when I said it. Oh, Aquarius. You get the tribe. I know, isn't that strange? Now, of course, your tribe can be your person. Your tribe can be your friends. It can be your family. You know, the way things have evolved, our tribe involves a lot of different people from a lot of different sources. Your tribe is very important in this. You may have a love situation that is connected with your friends, even if it's your friends online, or especially if it's your friends online, actually. This could be an overdeveloped character within your tribe of friends, or who you thought were your friends in a particular group. Something within, for some of you this is about a group thing, and something within that group has gone a bit off, and you probably know that. And it does need healing as a tribe. If this is to do with relationships, the healing comes from the revelation, and it's about time, and you're going to be very relieved by that. But at the same time, I think you might be also a bit shocked. Let's take an animal spirit card for you. Animal spirit card for lovely Aquarius. Then we're going to do the extended. Can't take my eye off that Tower card. It just feels really important. God. There's a lot in this. There's a lot of history here. This is about a friend or family, or even if it's a relationship, it's one that's been on off, or it's been, you know, there's something here because you get snake spirit. Time to heal. And that's just what we've been talking about. I remember doing a daily reading a while ago, and I remember talking about venom and anti-venom. And of course I don't understand this, and this is no medical advice of mine, honestly, because I know nothing about it. But I've always been intrigued by how sometimes the remedy is the venom itself. You know, sometimes anti-venom is partly made of the venom. I know I'm rabbiting on now. There's something about this that's a taste of this person's own medicine. And that's what I mean with the Seven of Swords. There is something here about you being stealthy and not revealing your hand too soon and gathering everything, your evidence, and checking in with yourself about how you feel about this. There's also something in that Ten of Wands about fire and cleansing and phoenixes and rising up that I really like. And this snake spirit, rather than feeling sneaky and like there's a snake in the grass, which it kind of does a bit, feels very ancient and like you're going to learn about healing. There's a lot about healing in this reading, okay? You're healing, maybe they're healing, maybe healing of the group, of the whole situation. It's absolutely fascinating to me. I'm just going to take an Angel Oracle card as well. Let's do it. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. Look. Answered prayer. Remember, with any prayer, the most important thing is you've got to ask it. You've got to put it out there. It's like saying you can't win the lottery if you don't buy a ticket. It's very true. So you have to put out there what it is. I don't think immediately you're going to know what your prayer is. But I think something about the new moon in Pisces on the 2nd is a very emotional starter for you. It puts you off on an emotional track, which then gets followed up. I think it's about the 18th. I think it's the 18th. Yeah, the 18th. We've got a full moon. No, we haven't. Yes, we have. Hang on a moment. Yeah, 18th. We've got a full moon. I think it's in Virgo. Opposite sign of Pisces, which I like a lot. I think there's a lot of healing around that. So I think by the time we get to the full moon, which could be the time when there's a revelation here. So put that in your diary. The full moon on the 18th, on March the 18th, is going to be really important for you. And then the rest of the month is like you absorbing the information and getting your ducks in a row about how you feel like you're going to react to it. Now you can do that, Aquarius. You have quite a scientific mind, all the Aquarians that I know. And I don't feel that this is like some massive betrayal, but I do feel it's something that you don't want to continue in the way that it has been going, okay? So I'm going to go and do your extended reading. I'm going to look at how they feel about you, what's going on with this person, what's going on with that Seven of Swords, what's going on with the King of Wands and the Three of Swords, and peeking behind the veil and seeing if there's anything we can dig up. Okay, so join me if you want to. That link is below, and do like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Namaste.